to another One Piece manga review. This week we're reviewing One Piece chapter 1140, Scopper Yaban, joined as always by my guy Versen of Vassal, and we got special guest, host at the Bros Who Think podcast, one of the hosts of the Kingdom manga review. We got our guy Phareaux coming back. How you doing, P?
Oh, good, man. Chilling.
Hell yeah, glad to have you. As the fans know, you are a big One Piece fan, so we definitely want to start bringing you in on these reviews more often because you always have very interesting takes. Sometimes people would say controversial, so we are excited to see how you feel about this chapter, as always. But joining us, as always, our guy Versen the Vassal, V-Man. How you doing, sir?
Yo, what up? Been a long week, but
Yeah, it has been a long week. Have y'all had, how would y'all say y'all's weeks went individually? Would y'all say it's leaned towards the good side, the bad side, or indifferent? For me, I would say it was more indifferent. Like, not bad, but not good.
either one. It's just tiring.
Tiring? Okay. What about you, P?
I would say it started off bad, but got better as the week went on.
Hey, real shit, I prefer those weeks. Like, I would prefer to have shit start off bad and then progressively get better than to have shit start off good and progressively get worse. Because that shit sucks. When you start off with a good week and by the end of it is shit.
It feel like shit just keep happening.
Yeah,
just
bro.
Like, boom, some more shit. Boom, some more shit.
Facts. And speaking of that, maybe that's what's going on in the One Piece world, one thing after another. So if you're new to our reviews, basically, I give a brief summary of the chapter, and then Versen, myself, and Phareaux will go through every part of the chapter that we think is worthy of discussion, break it down, theorize, and do that whole shebang. So the chapter starts off with, we see who is 100% in control of this band of cohorts, and they're torturing Ulti, which is, damn, who's who. Why are you doing that? That's former crew. But the chapter itself starts off with Luffy, Zoro, and Nami in Rhodes' hands. They're talking to Gabon. Gabon says, let's fight about it. I'll give you the key. I want to see what's up with you. And Luffy's like, are you serious, old man? And he's like, hell yeah, I'm serious. And then boom, Gabon busts out a hockey key attack, basically hits at Luffy. Luffy gets smashed, but it's nothing serious. Our guy Luffy wasn't really messing with that. Like, it wasn't nothing that really bothered him. He starts trying to grab the key from Gabon. Scopper's doing all kind of dodges and whatnot. Put the key up Luffy's mouth. And basically, Luffy's like, what the fuck? All right, now we're getting serious. And Gabon says, okay, we getting serious. Pulls out his axes, starts singing Grim Throng. That's his attack. Send those slices at Luffy and Zoro. Zoro tells Luffy to dodge. Meanwhile, Zoro blocks one. And when Zoro blocks it, Scopper's like, oh, he's got a fine crew with him. Basically, Nami and Rogue get out the way because it wasn't really sent to them. And then Luffy goes gear 5th. Zoro takes out the other 2 of his swords and gets ready for serious Zoro mode. And at that point, Scopper's like, oh, this is the white form I heard about. Well, I quit. Basically, I wasn't trying to fight y'all. I just wanted to see what's up because my guy Shanks told me about him, and I can't just accept you without knowing for myself. Very Sanji, like, we'll discuss that. And basically, at the end of everything, he's like, if Elbaf is still safe, before you leave, come and find me. We got to talk. And it flashes back to a conversation he had with Shanks. Now, after that, the chapter cuts over to Gunko and Shamrock, and basically they are summoning the 2 new Holy Knights. Well, let me be specific because it's one of them that really is, and it's Gunko. Gunko says, I'll summon them, and basically 2 Holy Knights come from whatever they were doing at their house. One person was in his underwear. The other one was doing whatever. And they're very interesting guys. We got Saint Killingham and Saint Summers. We will discuss who each of those are, what powers one of them has and whatnot. But they appear and they basically talk to Shamrock about what's the new play. And basically, Shamrock has to go back to Marijois because he has to deal with the food shortage that the Revs are doing. And then before he goes, Shamrock tells him we should make a game out of what we're going to do. So that is the chapter. V-Man, where would you like to begin, sir? Or do we want to let Phareaux pick since he's the guest?
I'm going to let Phareaux pick. What's up?
Phareaux, where you want to begin, brother? What you want to talk about first?
I thought the cover story was really interesting.
Thank God. I'm so happy you picked that because me and Versen have been talking about the cover story each and every week, and it's something I like. So what do you like about it, P?
I just would like to know how we got there. You know?
Yeah, why they doing
how
that?
How did this come? Why is this happening? You know?
Okay.
That's kind of what I get from it. It's like, how do we get here? Why is this happening? You know, what's going on with Yamato?
It's very interesting that Who's Who is torturing Ulti. I wouldn't have saw that happen that way. In Versen, when in our predictions of this, I don't think we ever saw Who's Who beefing with other beast pirates. How do you feel about this? Because I am interested by this. This is very shocking, and I don't know where we really go from here. Like, of course, Yamato will smash, let's set Ulti free, and maybe now Wano has another guardian in Ulti. But like, what does this do? And page one, true. What does this do for Who's Who? You know,
I think Who's Who's getting low too comfortable for a mid tier. He thinks he's the main event at WrestleMania. You're on main card, brother. You're on the off stage.
Level. He's Jinbei level, or like right under. He's right there, right there. I would say
fine, but
he's there with Jinbei, Crocodile, like Rob Lucci. I feel like Katakuri. They're all on that same like level right there.
Well, I mean, do you think he's equal to Katakuri?
So look. I think Rob Lucci, out of all the people I name, I would say Rob Lucci is like, I put Rob Lucci above Katakuri. You know this. We've done this discussion before. And King.
I wouldn't.
So then I would go Rob Lucci. Then I would go maybe like Katakuri. Because I got Katakuri above King. And then I put King. And then maybe I would go Jinbei. And then
Lyn, what about anything Rob Lucci did last arc made you think that he was worthy of any type of
Rob Lucci hanged with the pacifista. He hanged. He did. I just watched that episode the other day. He
got hung.
He hanged. And then look, Luffy beat him, but like Rob Lucci was still standing at the end of it, bro. He was and he fought Zoro that whole time.
And
Zoro didn't whoop his ass.
Rob Lucci effectively did do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, bro.
To the Dora thing.
Oh my god.
He successfully
and Zoro did not beat him. Him and Zoro fought to a standstill.
Hold on. He, by definition, did not do what he was supposed to do because they told his dumb little ass, don't go fight a Yonko. He's like that. And he was like, that Straw Hat Luffy, he ain't like that. And then Luffy played with that kitty, fucking put him in a fucking box and put him, drown him in the river. And then we're supposed to be like, but you know, at least Rob Lucci didn't die on the spot. He didn't evaporate into a cloud of ash.
I don't know if it was like a low diff, no diff, like you said. I would say mid diff. I would say it was like Luffy had fun testing his powers, but it wasn't like super easy. Whereas when he fought Zoro to a standstill, and Zoro up there. So Rob Lucci, I gotta say, is up there. I'm not gonna diss Zoro like that. Zoro not no fraud, bro. Like that just shows how strong Rob Lucci is, and I just feel like niggas like Katakuri and King are maybe under him.
But absolutely the fuck not. But let me put this. I mean,
Zoro wasn't even going all out. Like,
no, he wasn't. But let me put it. Let me.
I feel like Rob Lucci was kind of giving it all he had in there.
But okay, Rob Lucci definitely did, but it was after Luffy. So throw that up there.
Well, let me put this. Okay. You know, you're comparing him to Jinbei because you know who's fighting Jinbei. But let me ask this. Let's put the you failed in your mission aside thing, and therefore you should have a kill on sight order. Do you think there's a world where fucking Who's Who gets offered a Shichibukai spot if there's an open one?
No. Who's Who? Probably not.
I know I think the second class of Shichibukai post time skip get a little watered down, but I don't.
Okay, so it's weird though. So like Rob Lucci aside, I see where you're going with this.
Because that's what Jinbei's at. I think on the stronger end of a Shichibukai.
I think he's like right under. I would say who's like right under Jinbei, like right under, because it's not like Jinbei like washed him when they fought. I don't think they like it was kind of tough for Jinbei. It wasn't easy. I always felt like Jinbei and Sanji didn't really have that hard of a fight. Oh, okay. Really think about it. Okay. Like Frankie, I thought Frankie had an easy fight. To bust through. Yeah, but they bust through his entire Shogun though. Like he wasn't hurt. But he was kind of out of his shirt. He was kind of out of the war at that point. I was about to say Frankie kicked Sasuke's ass no ish. Like he wasn't stressing. Whereas I thought Jinbei was kind of stressing inside. Yeah, I don't know.
Jinbei was stressing because he was getting slurred, dude. Literally, he was getting racial epithets thrown at him.
But he was bleeding too. He was getting bloody.
He was putting his hands on Who's Who and also trying to like give him a history lesson, like that cool older black teacher who's like, y'all don't understand how things used to be. You know?
Y'all let us know how strong y'all think Who's Who is. But
anyway, point
it's
being
weird.
Is he definitely shouldn't be moving like the way he's moving right now. Yamato's gonna stomp his ass flat. It's gonna be
fun. I definitely see a Yamato ass whooping.
I think the benefits of this is getting Ulti and Page One to join the defense of Wano. That's huge.
The Wano defense force.
Bro. If you have those two in there, like those two probably are as strong as the samurai, if not stronger than the samurai. Like those two can hold their own. That's two good people to have under Yamato for Yamato squad. But all right,
they're young. They're definitely novel. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Ulti was hanging with Big Mom for a little bit. Like for a little bit, she tanked one of Big Mom's hits, and like her head attack is strong as shit.
I mean, she got hit with the maser cannon and lived.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's not high level, but Ulti does have conquerors.
Bro, she clashed with Big Mom. She clashed with Luffy. Like, Ulti's not super, super strong, but she is good enough to protect Wano to take on, like, a Marine. I definitely would take Ulti over, like, a Vice Admiral. Because them niggas weak.
Yeah, I definitely would put Ulti as, like, if say, we put, like...
Some Vice Admirals.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Yamato is the Yonko, but in that organization, Yamato would be the top. I would easily put Pepe and Ulti as, like...
It's like their commanders?
The secondaries, you know?
I would put them above the samurai. Is that crazy to say? I don't think so.
Except for the top two.
Some of them over Kiku or something, but...
Yeah.
For like Denjiro.
Yeah, Denjiro, okay, that's fair. Denjiro is strong.
Denjiro gonna get down.
R.I.P.
Ashura Doji, that was some bullshit.
Yeah, he would have got down. I would say Inarashi and Nekomamushi get down. Cat Viper and Dog Viper.
They do get down.
And more so than Kinemon. Kinemon ass is not as strong as those three.
He is durable though. He can take punishment. Other than that.
Which is crazy, bro. Dude got smashed straight on with Kaido's mace.
I do think Kiku is pretty strong against anyone who isn't a former scabbard. I don't fully like how Kiku got done in the raid, but I think from now on Kiku's gonna be stronger than we've seen.
Kiku got fucked. But nonetheless, I think Page One and Ulti are great people to have in here. All right, let's talk about the scoffer shit, bro. I like this. And for everybody's like, oh, this made Luffy look weak. Come on, bro. Luffy was not trying to fight this man. This was nothing serious. Scoffer just wanted to see the capabilities of him. Let's see if he'll show it. He showed it. Scoffer was like, okay, this guy's strong, and now you can have the key, and I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens through your decision. You're reminding me of Roger. Shanks told me how you were going to be. I'm interested to see this guy's going to let Loki out. What does this mean for Elbaf? As long as Elbaf's safe, Scoffer's okay.
Well,
I didn't like the narrative people were
I told y'all
shaping.
the old nigga agenda is in full effect, man.
Mm-hmm. And I will say it's just kind of like Rayleigh, where Rayleigh's like, I can tango a little bit, but I'm not what I used to be, so I'm mostly bluffing. Yeah. I think it was kind of like that. Though I will say, and I think this should be noted, Scopper, I think, has way better observation hockey than like Luffy does, which kind of matches with him being Sanji, because he felt the presence that Luffy didn't. He's there, and we can see him do the eye twinkle thing. Mm-hmm. I think it's not so much that Luffy was like getting made fun of. Luffy is just, this is the first time in a while he's fought someone who has straight up better observation than him, that's why he's able to move.
Do you not find that weird to y'all? Like, because Luffy felt when Kizaru and St. J got on the island. It's weird that sometimes he can feel it, sometimes he can't. I do agree with you that Scopper does have better observation by this, because Luffy didn't feel Shamrock, he didn't feel Gunko, he didn't feel none of them. Only person he felt was Loki, which is like, okay, I get you feel Loki, but how don't you feel the other ones? Like, you're supposed to be
Loki could have been more of a voice of all things.
Because we don't know.
Because his powers are a little I don't know, I think Luffy has really good observation hockey, but he has to activate it. It's not second nature to him to just constantly have it on. Going up, unless it's like with Shanks, where like Shanks sent it out and it was purposely big and boisterous. Everyone felt it at
Yeah,
Wano.
for sure.
Whereas somebody who's strong but is trying to hide it, I don't know if Luffy is good at it yet of always just being able to see it. Also, let's be real. Observation Haki is one of those powers where Oda can't have it up all the time forever
It's plotty.
because
It's
then you
so
don't get to
plotty.
do. Yeah, you can't do some shit.
Yeah,
Like you can't have your hero figuring it out murderous
and
intent from
free.
like half an island away.
Even though he should, and like don't, and like we know Luffy has some form of future sight. Sanji has a stronger future sight. It's interesting when he decides to pull it out, when he doesn't. Yeah, sorry about that. I had a little thing I had to take care of, but yeah, man, it's very interesting about this. I don't hold this against Luffy like some people in their agendas were doing, saying this makes Luffy look weak. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's like Versen said, these old guys can show a glimpse of their strength, but most of it's just bluff because they can't hang like they used to.
Yeah, and I mean, for that matter, Luffy should not be walking on every island the strongest person in the room every time instantly.
Facts.
Especially not with a former Roger pirate. It was kind of that case in Egghead because Egghead was a bunch of nerds chilling somewhere. But
Mm-hmm.
like, this is the warrior land. Now, granted, there's not as many of them, but the ones who are still fighting should be able to hang a little.
And I think Luffy's still stronger than him because he's a Yonko. Like, I do believe
Yeah.
today Luffy is stronger than Rayleigh and Gabon. Now, at their primes, that's a different conversation.
Also, I mean, he wasn't expecting to get hit with Conquerors, and he did get his bell rung a little bit by Conquerors. Like,
true.
That's not nothing.
How do y'all feel about that? So do y'all okay, so I agree with Versen. I thought Gabon had Conquerors. Does this mean Sanji gets Conquerors? I always thought Sanji would end up getting it. How do y'all feel about that? I'll start with you, P. How you feel? And then we'll go to Versen.
About Sanji getting Conquerors?
Yeah, do you want that to happen or no?
No, I'm not like super like it'd be cool. I think it makes sense. I mean, Sanji's actual
dream,
an actual, royal, like, he's actually, something like an actual
DNA.
King for real.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of makes a whole lot of sense, I mean,
and see, I know our guy Christian. Shout out to our guy Christian. He doesn't think Sanji should get it because of Sanji's dream, but I do think you're right, P. Where it's like he is actual royalty, so I do think that matters. Also, the dream thing. Not everyone who has conquerors has the dream of being like a conqueror. I do not believe that. Like Rayleigh didn't have a dream of being a king. Rayleigh's dream was to help Bull Roger. And if Scopper has it, Scopper's dream for sure isn't to be some sort of king.
Well,
yeah, Sengoku has it. Sengoku doesn't have kingly ambitions.
And same with Garp. Same with Garp. Mm-hmm. Both of them follow someone.
Neither Ulti, I mean, Ulti maybe a little bit, but it's not obviously treated as seriously. And Yamato.
Yeah,
Yamato's dream is just to be free.
Facts.
Like much like Luffy's dream to just be the Pirate King, to be the freest person in the world.
So yeah, the dream thing doesn't really hold up to me in the One Piece where we're at today, because we've seen too many Conquerors users have a dream that doesn't necessarily require kingly ambition. Like you have Shanks, Luffy, Rayleigh, Boa Hancock, Doflamingo, Don Chinjao, Big Mom, Katakuri, Kid, Sengoku, Kaido, Zoro, Yamato, Garp, War Curie, Mars, Whitebeard, Ace, Odin, Saint J, Joy Boy, and Goldie Roger that we know. Oh, and Ulti as well. So I mean, like, not all of those people have kingly ambition, and that's just what the Wikipedia says right now. We know there's more. So
now I will say, as somebody who actually I don't really like Conquerors Haki.
I know you don't. Yeah.
Years, like I find it kind of whatever. I think like it adds a weird thing to it, and I don't like the whole like how it is sometimes seen as kind of hereditary thing, or whatever. Like, okay, like for instance, just because Shanks has it, that means his daddy probably has it, his celestial dad, and also probably his brother have it. Like, or at least they have a good shot at having it. But yeah, but I mean, if Scopper Gabon, who is literally the Sanji of his crew, and as we've now seen him in the flesh, is now even more the Sanji than we ever thought he would be. Yeah, I mean, I think Sanji's gonna narrowly get it in, and also, to be honest with you, I'd be fine if he didn't.
I feel like Conquerors Haki kind of makes it makes the other forms of hockey less relevant. I feel.
Yeah, like why
It's
can't
like,
armament just
okay,
be
I
fucking
have
sweet?
ridiculously strong
But
armament, but
I'll argue
if
for
I don't have the
Conquerors.
Conqueror's coding, I might as well not have shit. You know what I'm saying?
Conquerors may explain some of these weird powers. Like I feel like Conquerors explains a little bit of Ashura, Zoro's Ashura. Maybe Conquerors can explain a little bit, well, even though Sanji's fire, we do believe is the DNA shit of his German shit. But what if it does have to do with his hockey?
But
Like
I just think
I
that's
could be
doing
down
too
with
much,
that.
though. Also, I will say this: once Zoro got it, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's very possible a fair amount will get a little bit of something. I know people have made a lot of jokes about Nami having it because that's why every time she
Oh,
hits Luffy, it hurts. I don't know, but
now you see, I think,
I don't
but
know.
see, now I'll say
I
this:
feel like that's already kind of been explained away.
if
I
any
know it's a
straw hat,
gag, but you
if
know,
any straw hat outside of Sanji gets it, then to me it's too much. Like I feel like it should just be the monster trio, and that's it.
you
Getting
don't think
conquered.
Usopp could
Nah, I can see
get a
Usopp getting it.
taste
It makes
See,
sense for
I
Usopp.
don't.
at the very end?
I
Oh
can see
God,
it. I can definitely see it.
I'm not gonna argue with y'all because I understand 100%
Well, I'm
what
not really
y'all's
trying to push it.
reasoning
I'm just
is.
throwing it out.
No,
Yeah, I'm
no,
not
listen.
saying like it's like
I,
I'm just saying I can
I,
see it.
I
I'm not like
understand.
shocked or upset if that happens.
That's what I'm about to say. I'm not shocked, and I understand 100% why you ask it. Me personally, I just personally wouldn't like it, but I understand.
Why not?
Totally.
You feel like he's weak?
I just feel like for me, for Conquerors, it's like those are the like. I just feel like compared to the three guys, like compared to Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, I just feel like he shouldn't get it, and that's fucked
You
up.
feel like he's too weak, so you feel
Yeah, I
like it's a
do.
measure of
Yeah,
strength.
you're
I
right.
don't think
You know
it's a
what? You're
measure of
right.
strength.
Soul
I
King
think it
Brook
has
should
more
have
to
it.
do with the type of person you
It
are.
does
than
have to do with the
your
type of
strength
person. No,
level.
it definitely
Soul
does.
King Brook. I
It
got
definitely
you. He's
does,
the
but
king
it's just.
of the
Oh,
music
I don't want. Oh
industry.
my gosh, I'd
Soul
rather
King,
Frankie get
King
it
Von
before
Brook.
fucking Brooke. God, you know how I feel about him. But all right,
God,
yeah,
bad person.
I am
Like,
hype.
but
I am hype about Scopper because it did make me hype about Sanji. Also, I liked his attack, Grimthrong. Like, what's up with that? Grimthrong using the axes. It's nice to see an axe user in One Piece because all we've seen is literal fists, guns, and swords. Like, it's
And then
always
Luffy
nice when we
picked up
get.
the axe and looked like
He
he was about
did.
to
He did.
do something.
I would have liked to seen that too, P, because I noticed that as well. He did have it in his Gear 4 form. I mean, Gear 5 form, like he was about to come do some crazy axe maneuvers.
He's about to take a sword from somebody. I don't know who it's gonna be. He's about to get a sword from
Man,
somewhere.
I would love if Luffy got a pole weapon, a la Sun Wukong. Like if he got a fucking spear, if he got like a bow staff, I would love, or a Whitebeard-esque weapon. Like I would love that.
I kind of want to
He's
go
already
away
s-
from the Sun Wukong shit. I'm not even
you
a
do?
huge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even a big fan. I'm like, bro, we do this in every single fucking. Why does every anime have to have some Sun Wukong shit?
Well,
to be fair, this is
it's
Monkey
based
D.
on it.
Movie.
You know, it is based on it. So that's why. But if he gets a weapon, I just don't want him to. I would love for him to get something different. That's why I said the
I mean, he's
pole.
summoned a baseball bat before. Also, he has, you know, the Black Blade Chancla, you know, his little flip flops. But yeah, I also like how Scopper just kind of gave up and he was like, all right, cool. You know, he was like, I'll come hoop with y'all for a minute and then I'm gonna leave. Because I'm honestly a little winded.
I'm an old man. Like I gotta live for my family.
Go back to the barbecue pit.
Also, in case these God Knights are doing crazy shit, I need to save my strength for that. I definitely believe he knows that the fight is bigger than this, which is why at the end of it, he said, if Elbaf is safe and when everything is over, which means he knows something is about to happen, come find me.
And he also knew from the jump that the hockey he was like trying to
feeling
find
was not them. Yeah, facts. He was 100% searching for Shamrock and Goonko. He was not searching for Luffy. It just so happened that he ran across Luffy before he probably intended to.
That being said, though, Luffy, you got to stop being so like sensitive about the Shanks thing, especially whenever you're talking to that Shanks is like third daddy. Come on,
hey,
man.
Look,
that's his pops.
But that meant a lot to him, though. That showed like that was what he needed to see, and that's why we got that Shanks flashback. It was like, you really think I trust him that easily? And he was like, fair enough, do as you please. And like that, like you got to think, Gabon's like Sanji. If Sanji was an old man and he was hearing something, like he would want to hear a specific thing said by that person for them to be like, okay, he reminds me of Luffy. And I think Yabon's
Especially if
very
they have
like
Luffy Straw Hat.
yeah, bro. I think Yabon's very much so practical and logical, like Sanji, and doesn't just go off of emotion. Like I think with Rayleigh, it was emotion, but with Yabon, it's like he's more like Sanji, which it fit with his character. So I rocked with that. Do y'all have anything else to talk about?
Yabon want to hump giants.
Yeah,
that's some Sanji type stuff too.
Facts. All right, I guess that's it with the Yabon section. Let's get to the
Sanji's cooking, Gabon's eating. Parallels.
Let's get to the Holy Night section. I know you were hype about this verse in that Gunko was the summoner. You've called that. You talked about that for a while.
Yeah, like I'm very interested to see how that ties back to it. It just kind of makes sense to me. Shamrock doesn't even have like a devil fruit. He has his sword his sword ate a devil fruit, presumably. Although we don't know that for sure. The fact that Gunko's the one doing the summoning, I think the closest we keep like Shamrock to a normal guy like Shanks, the better it is.
Also, I think we saw the mark of what, because they mentioned that you need a mark
Summer's
to be
arm.
summoned by the Abyss. Yeah, you see Summer's arm, which looks very similar to the world government symbol. I think that's the mark that they have to have. Also, could the Abyss be a power that someone has? Could the Abyss be technology? And they said Vegapunk did say all magic is science that you can't explain. Is this really science? That's why it looks so magical. It's from the past. I could see this being someone's power. I could also see this being some sort of science machine from the past, from the Void Century type shit. The Abyss.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much magic. We might have a Sunday explanation for it. I don't know if they're gonna bother. But yeah, because the only thing that I could think of is if it were science, then basically the mark is just like a glorified ID barcode.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's literally like a Apple tag. Find my Apple.
But it feels like if it was science, they'd find a way around it so they could like do like you can't force open the gate basically without one. But if you want to bring someone who doesn't have it, they could do it. So the fact that everyone who gets travels that way has to have that mark somewhere leads me to believe that this is like some deeper magic type shit.
Also,
this is some satanic ritual type shit.
Also, the fact that theirs doesn't have a number on it, whereas the Goroseis did, and I just think that's all very interesting. How the Goroseis part of the Abyss is definitely different, which I could believe if this is some old science from the Void Century. I could also believe if this is a power. I'm very interested to see what the Abyss is, though. All right, how do y'all feel about the Holy Knights?
I like them. I'm glad we got a little bit stronger of a squad. I like that they're kind of a little funny, but I'm sure they're still going to be able to throw hands.
Hey, look, Summers looked badass
really
when
interested
he
about
put on. Summers looked badass when he put on his attire. Dude had sunglasses and a badass fucking fit. Like he was looking good.
I mean, he was chilling in his own house. I'm gonna be honest with you, Lyn. If I could like be that fit when I'm old and chill in my house in like this sick ass like robe thing he has, I'd do that shit too.
Look, all I'm saying is that night outfit on that spread with his hair and everything dripped out. The Kirin is the one that looks goofy to me. I didn't think Summers looked goofy. I'm interested what the Kirin is doing. Like, what's his powers going to be? Also, the fact that he has a white Hagoromo when we've always associated the white with the good beings compared to the black always being with the evil-est beings. I'm interested to know more about killing him. How you feel?
I'm wondering, like, what is the deal? Like, what is he supposed to be? Is he like, what is he? What is that? What are we dealing with here? Is this a different race? Is this a devil fruit? What is this?
Because like if it's like a mythological zone, which it would have to be if it is a zone, then like I mean, he is a god knight, but it's like, do they just let him chill in his half zone form the whole fucking time? Because like it seems like someone they wouldn't, but it seems like someone they wouldn't fuck with. Like,
yeah, I feel like the celestial.
They'd be like, if you're gonna be around me, you're gonna be on a fucking human.
Wait, look,
this person's different. Fuck him.
I had a theory. When you look at Summer's mark, it kind of looks like the slave mark under it. What if Holy Knights are people who could have been former slaves that worked their way to, being a Holy Knight, which is why some of them might not necessarily be whatever celestial dragons right off the bat. And that kind of looks like the thing that the Sun Knights did, how they stamped over it. maybe not all of them are celestial dragons, which is why the Kieran can do that, which is why he may have the white Hagoromo. He may be just a guy who worked out of slavery.
Well, I will
Just a
also
theory.
say though, I know. Well, two things that I would add to that. It does. I like that we have this weird freak here because it does kind of show that maybe the Loki offer was, legit, which we've been theorizing, but that's been an open question on if they even meant it. Which we also get a little more contact with that because they're also like, why are we even in Elbath? Did you come to visit Harald's grave?
Hey,
and then
maybe.
it's like, really?
Yeah, look, and see, the Loki thing adds to that because the fact that they wanted Loki to be in the God's Knights, maybe these people maybe not every God's Knight is a celestial dragon, but the Harald thing I think we need to talk about in a bit. Anything else on these guys? P, if you got anything, Versen, if you got anything. If not, we can dive into the Harald stuff because that's the interesting stuff besides how these people look.
I got another thing, but I don't want to hog it too much.
You got anything, Phareaux, on these guys?
No, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
Okay. So they do say he's of House Limosiv, and then Saint Summers is of House Shepherd.
Yeah, he's of.
I wonder if like
house.
I know, but I was wondering like, were they adopted into these houses, or like maybe like at the very least Achillean maybe, like was he adopted, or is he himself the lone member of his own house? Like whenever you become a god knight, are they also like, okay, cool, you are now house of whatever. If you have kids or whatever, or if you adopt some people that are of a certain quality, we'll also let them be of that house,
See,
why does he wear the astronaut globe thing
and the others
but not
don't?
the rest of them?
See, he might be a celestial dragon.
What if he's an actual alien? What if he's an actual alien? What if he's from the moon?
Maybe
he could be. He's also full bodied up. He even has gloves. Like,
yeah, he does.
And it is kind of weird because I was thinking, well, Saint Summers wasn't ready, but neither was Killian. He literally says, "I was half asleep."
Yeah, why is he asleep with that on his head? He could. Some people were theorizing he could be the mask guy. If you remember in the flashback with Garling, they had a guy with a mask with those same holes on his face. This could be that guy. Just in the future, there could be something wrong with him. He might be like some germ shit. Who knows? Because that is interesting.
Some germ shit?
It could be some germ shit, bro. Some people have.
Yeah, he could.
Some people. Yeah. He might not be able to breathe the air down there. He might have to wear, because that guy did have a gas mask on as well. So this could be, that's his form of that. I'm interested though. Will he have a human form?
Yeah, like
giraffe, if he's not a different head ass boy.
Like if he's not a. If he's not like a Delphi user, although I think he is, like, again, that is a powerful. It is honestly like a more important devil fruit than fucking Yamato's. If I'm being honest with you,
it's
like if we're talking about mythological creatures, like the Kieran is very important.
A very peaceful character too. That's why it's so interesting that a Holy Knight has it, which is like adds to what the fuck is going on with him type shit.
And he's an actual fucking dragon.
Like this thing is like a harbinger of peace, bro. Like it's wild.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he might have been like one of the failed experiments for replicating Kaido's fruit or something, or like they tried to use it, because and that might also add to the slave thing or whatever. Like maybe it's kind of like a reverse Abani where like
could be
he never got to be free, and he's like, shit, we tried to imbue this guy with the devil fruit. It didn't work, but his fruit is a little too important to just like let him go. Let's see if we can maybe make some use out of it. I don't know. Anyway, that's a lot of speculation. I'm very into it. I like these two. I think they'll balance out Gunko pretty well. I think it's nice that we have some funny god
characters.
Knights.
I know. Yeah, the comedy fans love this. I'm not mad at it. As of now, I go Shamrock, Gunko, Summers, then the Kieran. But I do like I do like Shamrock's. I mean, not Shamrock. I do like Summers' look though at the bottom. He looks great with that fucking suit on as well. But all right, let's talk about
the Kieran's fucking big as hell. I just want to say that. He's like Admiral.
Yeah, he is.
Even if you ignore the neck, he's still fucking huge.
All right, let's talk about the Herald shit. CIA stuff confirmed? Does this confirm it?
I'd say so. I mean, the only thing is we just don't know if he did it willingly or not.
I'm starting to think he did it willingly, Versen, like to keep power and keep control. Like I feel like he was the one who set up that lady to come to Elbath. Like, he was working with them to keep in power. If not, they would have put someone else in power type shit. Because like the fact that they were like, you coming to visit his grave, like if he didn't do it willingly, I don't know. That sounds like a friendship thing to me, V. And like the God's Knights don't seem like a friendly bunch of people.
I blame Swordhead. What's the Swordhead?
Jarl?
He crooked.
Yeah.
Hey, Versen thinks when he pulls out the thing, we'll find out his memories. Like he put the sword in his head to forget type shit. Like
what if that's the sword that Luffy's gonna
pull out? Hey, look, bro, I think Jarl's complicit too. I feel like he's very much so complicit in all of this.
He's crooked. I think.
And I feel like I feel like Loki knows the truth. I feel like Loki and Jarl are the only ones who know the truth. And I feel like Hyradine doesn't know. I feel like it's only those two that know, and Loki's bearing this burden of that his father and Jarl did 100%. So
I think it is one of those things, though, depending on how it went down, why, whenever they were making that offer to Loki, did they not mention some of that stuff to him?
I feel like they wanted to see him mix. Maybe we didn't see it. Yeah, because that's a good point, Versen. Maybe that's something that they said off screen because it's not something we need to know right now. Maybe it's something that, like, if he would have accepted, they would have said. That's a good point. I think it was something that happened off screen, though.
And then how did Shanks like get involved in that situation?
What you mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shanks saw somebody who was
they asked
a little too free, so he had to lock him up as he does.
And I'm sure Jarl probably asked him or some shit, or like the giants that he fucked with probably asked him.
Was he misled or manipulated or?
No, absolutely no. He did it because
I think at this point
a free giant,
or is he just a police ass nigga?
Nah, that's what Versen wants it to be, so he can bring back the agenda. But I feel like Shanks was misled as well. Look, he about to get his rat book.
Look, I'm just saying I can get a pig book. You know, I could do that.
My man Shanks beating all allegations, baby. I think he was misled. I 100% think he was misled. Yeah. So we will see.
I would say your man Shanks is beating his kids, but he'd have to be around to do that.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Anything else? Bro. Anything else y'all got in the chapter, or that's pretty much it? Because that's it on my end.
Let me ask. Well, because they did say like,
oh, the game. You want to talk about the game?
Well, no, not just the game, but also, so they're really going to take Shamrock away immediately, so Luffy does not see his ass, except maybe from the back.
Yep, it's not time.
No, did he?
Like, how long is he gonna fucking see this motherfucker?
That is perfect to me, because that means that the Shanks meeting has to happen, and like that makes me think Shanks is gonna fight Shamrock, or Dragon's gonna fight Shamrock, or someone. Shamrock is important to where it's like, I don't think my man Luffy, that's not his fight. Shamrock is not his fight, which is interesting to me, because I thought he was gonna see him.
If Shamrock goes around Loki ruining Shanks' reputation, and I'm not saying this to be anti-Shanks, I'll appreciate it if Shamrock is gonna go out in the world and start doing shit now. I would have just, like I've been saying, I would have liked that have been the case kind of the whole time. Him doing shit, you know, and I'm sure he's done some things, but they definitely, I think, have tried to make it, you know. So
my man Oda had to save it. It was like shit wasn't necessary for him to do stuff yet. Now it's time. They was doing shit super CIA. They're the real CIA. Not Cypher Pole Zero. Cypher Pole Zero just the FBI. These dudes are the CIA, deep state, private corporation shit. B16.
They're on the Black Ledger.
If you watch Scandal, was that the B16 or B13? That little secret organization they got in Scandal. That's just crazy. So, but all right, that's pretty, you got anything else? Anybody?
No, I was just saying they're on the Black Ledger. Like, whenever they report their expenses or whatever, they all just write it as like coffee and like office ink or whatever. Whenever it's actually like, oh yeah, we had to sell these orphans to the like Long Leg tribe. That's why we get like some rare metal or shit.
That's why they come for like the real fucked up shit. Like,
that's why the Pentagon has like $1 million of like fucking sushi, and everybody's like, Why the fuck are y'all spending $1 million on sushi? No, motherfucker, that sushi was
It's
something
'cause
else.
fucking mad.
That's why Elon Musk on that motherfucking ass now.
Them people wasn't spending $1 million on sushi. They was spending $1 million on lives.
Elon Musk and Big Balls about to get on that ass.
Oh my gosh!
They ain't doing shit. Don't get
me started on the fucking.
They'll get shot on the fucking
Big Balls.
head.
Nigga, Big Balls not playing, nigga. Big Balls coming for that ass.
Well, that's a conversation. That's a conversation for another day. But all right, fellas.
Big balls.
The game thing is interesting, which means we could see God Valley Part 2. Son. So it's interesting if we'll get some God Valley shit. But all right, yeah, this was a good chapter. No break next week, so I'm excited to see where we're headed, where we're going. So
still no sign of kid, huh? Still no sign of fucking kid.
Shanks is gonna
I'm interested to if Kid is dead, man. If Kid is really dead, where does he pop up? I don't know. But it's very interesting. All right, Pete.
It's funny how Shanks always ends up fucking over kids, isn't it?
There you talking about leave Shanks alone, man. Shanks not bothering me.
He's always fucking over some kind of kid.
Fucking over no kid. Tell the people where they can follow you at on
social
media.
Especially them
gingers. You heard Pete? Tell them where they can follow you at on social media.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Instagram is at OUTDATSWAMP. That's Out That Swamp on Instagram. Twitter is at 337 Phareaux. Phareaux is spelled PHAREAUX.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all check out all Phareaux's music and check out his socials. Versen, tell people they can follow you on
Propane accessories coming soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, V-Man, tell the people they can follow you at.
All right, yo, you can find me at Versen Valves pretty much anywhere, or Joshua Trusclair pretty much anywhere. Not doing a bunch of stuff other than, some things that I'll leave Lyn to announce, but besides that, I might be going to Sarah Week in Houston, but we'll see.
Hell yeah.
If I do, that'll be from March 9th to the 10th.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all follow Versen. Check him out. You can follow me at LynBWT on Blue Sky and on Twitter. Follow Bros Think at Bros Think on Blue Sky and on Twitter. And we will be back with another video. Until then, y'all have a good one and peace.